Youngson, host of the Super Morning Show, joins me in the studio. He is the originator of the Sugar Project, which is now giving birth to the pop chain concert. Kojo, how are you doing?
Not bad at all. It's nice to see you.
The last time I saw you, you were hosting the show. Where are you? Host the show.
It won't be long, hopefully.
Okay, so let's talk about this pop chain concert. Tell me a little bit more about it, then we can take an update on the Sugar Project.
Certainly. So the pop chain concert is now in its third year. It's an idea that was actually brought up by a Rotarian called Professor Hagen. Okay. Professor Hagen loves music. Of course, he comes from that era in the 60s and the 70s where in secondary schools, bands were the big thing.
Okay.
It was kind of like in Tako, if you can imagine. You know, the bands of all the different schools would always pit their skills against each other, and the girls were going crazy, and all of these guys were big sort of celebrities among the secondary school you know, crowd at the time. And Professor Hagen comes from that era. So I suppose in his musings about how we could possibly maybe bring back some of that magic and also perhaps excite young people about musical instruments again, he came up with this idea of the pop chain. Now, because he's a Rotarian, he immediately started thinking, how can we use it for the good of society? And of course, he had heard about the Sugar Project, so he gave me a call. We came together and planned and designed this event, which is now in its third year. It's a staple of the social scene here in Accra. And the people of that era, the 60s, and who were in school in the 60s and the 70s and even the 80s, go wild over it. I mean, twice now we have filled to capacity plus 233.
Let's talk about what's going to happen for this season, which is why you have those gentlemen. I mean, I must admit, I don't know so much about them, but that's what you're here. Put it all together for me.
Well, Alfred Carey Bannerman is an international star. I mean, there aren't many in the world who can play the guitar as well as he can.
Okay.
And he proved this for a very long time as a member of the Osibisa band. And, you know, he's celebrated because he started playing instruments from all the way back then in secondary school, and he's grown it into a talent which makes him in demand all around the world. Kati Williams is also a celebrated musician, and on that night there are only two of the many artists who will be gracing the stage. Ben Brack, Professor Simons, many others will be there.
And we don't want to miss the fact that this is all about the Sugar Project. Give us briefly the update on the Sugar Project. The last time I heard you were in Nima, and a lot of them who didn't know they were diabetic had come and they had been diagnosed.
That's true. It was a relief for them. But the Sugar Project is all about that. Going around the country, giving Ghanaians the opportunity to test for diabetes. You know, they call it the silent killer, only because it will kill you if you don't know you have it.
True.
So as long as you know you have it, then you can manage your health and actually be a lot more healthier than you would have been otherwise. And so it's not a death sentence. We always say it's an opportunity to live right. We want to give Ghanaians that opportunity, so we have to go around the country, give every Ghanaian the chance to test for diabetes. But it costs money, which is why the Sugar Project is such a godsend.
The pop chain concert, because then it's going to support the Sugar Project.
That's correct.
The date, again, the place.
It's happening this Saturday, the 30th of September at plus 233 Jazz Bar and Grill from 4 p.m.
So plus 233 Jazz and Grill Bar, that's where you want to be this Saturday. Of course, join Kojo Youngson and the team, you know, raise some funds for Sugar Project. You're raising funds, right?
That's right,
Great.
Yes.
So for that Sugar Project, just so you know, if that wasn't done before, the people of Nima who were diabetic wouldn't have known their status. Kojo Youngson, we look forward to a very great show. Thank you very much for coming into the studio. All right, so after thrilling Ghanaians to 7 exciting editions of the Adom Praiz concert, Adom Praiz is preparing to give music lovers a great night of unforgettable music in the 8th edition of the 6th, on the 6th of October. The annual Adom Praiz concert, powered by Adom 106.3 FM, has over the years seen some of the world's biggest music acts give off electrifying performances that have left lasting memories on patrons. This year, things are getting hotter as Adom Praiz is giving Ghana an all-star African concert. A carefully selected army of gospel giants has been lined up to also write their Adom Praiz story, and they will etch their names in the concert history. We continue with the build-up to the show today with one of the class acts in the Ghanaian gospel music industry. She's Joyce Blessing. My colleague Rebecca Darko caught up with her in one of her rehearsals. Let's watch this.
simply at the Xylophone Media, where Joyce Blessing is. She is the newest addition to the Adom Praiz, and she is rehearsing for you. You can see what happened right here, and you shouldn't miss Adom Praiz, 6th of October 2017 at the Perez Dome. Joyce Blessing is here. Everyone is here, from the trumpet to the drummers, the organist, drum. Everyone is here. Joyce Blessing is actually here. Joyce Blessing, I think we would have to use my microphone. So, okay, keep this one for us. So this is all about the Adom Praiz. You're already geared up already. And I mean, are you always energetic when you're in the studio?
Like, come again.
Are you always that energetic?
Oh, yes, yes, every time. Because everything I'm doing here, I do it with my heart. I do it everything within me. So I don't even think of any, if it's small platform, big platform, small church, big church, I perform exact. It is. So Joyce Blessing is always on fire. So I tell you, Adom Praiz, Perez Dome is going to catch fire.
I can already feel the fire already. But apart from what you're doing here, is there something different you're going to be doing on Adom Praiz stage on the 6th of October?
Okay, if you talk about unpredictable singers, I am one of them. So I know we're going to do something different. I mean, something wonderful, something, I mean, spectacular. So I'm just urging everybody to, I mean, get the tickets and get ready, prepare yourself, because the blessings is going to be like abundance. Yeah. I tell you.
Blessing. Blessing and Joyce Blessing. I mean, you're blessed. You know that?
Yes, I'm blessed.
You have so many songs. Yes. Ajib Boom is, already Jane Boom.
Correct one.
Yeah. Everybody's loving the Ajib Boom. But I love that song. You'll be playing it for me before I leave. I know. I am so touched. Which one is your favorite song? You've done, so many songs, so many hit songs. You've won awards. Do you have a favorite in there?
All the songs are my favorite. That's why I bring them out.
Yeah.
I have Shambiri Bidi Bidambe. I have One Hindi. I have Opamisaya Missumau. I also have Boot for Boot. When you're minting on inside, I have so many songs that I'm going to give it to them. So what I would say is everybody should get prepared and just wait for the blessings of God and anointing of God. Is going to be, I mean, more fire. That's what I'm going to say.
You've heard all the list of songs that you'll be hearing on the Adom Praiz night. You shouldn't miss it for anything. But let's talk about you. Let's talk about your new album. Obviously, Ajib Boom is doing well on the album. Is there other songs that are on it that are, doing equally good that you want us to know about?
Okay, first of all, big ups to my crew. The guys you see here, they are unbreakable crew. Okay. Yes, and
you want to introduce us to them?
I can do that.
The one here.
Abim on the keyboards here. Okay. And Odikro, the most wonderful guitarist in the whole wide world. Okay. And also have here the wonderful drummer, the most serious and most, name it.
I know.
Lucky. His name is Lucky. Yeah, Lucky. And on the bass guitar, I have also a D-Boat, the most finest, wonderful bassist in the whole wide world. Okay. And here you see these two guys. Yeah. This is Abi Rockstar and Kurab. They are very handsome. They can blow your mind. Wow. They are too much. I don't know how to say it. Wow. And as you see the percussions, it's also Aaron, and give me your names.
Roland. Okay, that's Roland, and that's Rapu. And the one on the drum is Harry.
Okay, yeah, Harry. Okay. And there's another. Yes, and second keyboardist Boachi. He's popularly known as Kwame Nkrumah. Yeah, Kwame Nkrumah. You can call him Kwame Nkrumah.
And I see that you have some beautiful ladies.
Beautiful backers, Angie and Laurentia.
Okay, and me. I think I want to back you.
Dave Joy was here, but no word.
Oh, Dave Joy is somewhere inside. Yeah, that's the husband. Exactly. We'll get to know him some other time. And there's somebody also there. He doesn't want to come on TV. That's okay. But Joyce Blessing, I want to try backing you and see what will happen, because I am very much interested in Adom Praiz 2017. 2017. The multimedia choir will be there. They didn't put me on board, so I want to join your crew.
Why you?
Don't mind them.
Don't put you on board.
Don't mind them.
But you're a beautiful singer.
Because they know that I'll come and back you.
You can blast the whole thing, right?
Yes, I'll come and back you.
Clap for yourself.
So where's Joyce Blessing?